Here we are at Interlagos, ready to go then for the championship race, and it is a very beautiful day with a big crowd ready to enjoy what could be a championship winning race, because Michael Bartels and Andrea Bertolini could indeed take victory. It depends on what their opponents do. But John, we've enjoyed the qualifying race. We saw what went on yesterday, and that Aston Martin is definitely going to be tough to beat here.
Well, on pole position, and they've got that silky smooth sewing machine V12 engine in the Aston Martin, and also a car when they find the sweet spot, and I think it's not going to be much different this afternoon, and it's going to take something of that road rage power from the Nissan to out-accelerate the Aston up into turn one, and then maybe back the field up. And that would be the fear, I think, for Thomas Enger, who will start from pole position.
Take a look at the entire grid lineup now then. So it's Thomas Enger starting on pole position in the young driver Aston Martin, looking to try and make it a championship win for the second time this year. Then the Nissan of Peter Dumbreck. The second row, Clivio Peccioni in the Aston Martin and Enrique Bernoldi in the Maserati. Row 3, Dominic Schwager in an Al Lincoln Lamborghini and Marco Narici in the Corvette. Behind them, Neil Yarni starts the Ford and Andrea Bertolini starts the championship leading Vitaphone car. The Peter Cox Reiter Lamborghinis next, and Alfred Hager's alongside. Max Martin drives the Ford with Christopher Nygaard in the other Aston Martin, number 8. Seiji Ara in the Swiss racing team Nissan starts 13th alongside Jamie Campbell-Walter in the Nissan. Another Hexis Aston Martin, Fred Macaviti starting alongside Daniel Serra in a Maserati. Then Carl Wendlinger and Duncan Huysman next up, followed by Sergio Jimenez coming into the championship this weekend, and Matteo Bobbi. And at the back we've got Ricardo Zonta, former Grand Prix driver of course, and Richard Westbrook. What a battle those two could have as they try and fight their way through this field. Here we go then, all set for the race to get underway. Lights go to green and we're up and running, and it's a good start from Thomas Enger, but he's under pressure from the Aston Martin on the inside of Clivio Piccioni. Aston Martin trying to do it, Dumbreck round the outside in the Nissan. Side by side, Thomas Enger's made a good start, he's made the break. Dumbreck's trying to fight his way to hold that second, and Enrique Bernoldi's going to go around the outside of the Clivio Piccioni to take third.
Strong start, clean start, great job by Peter. This end, but side by side, the Maserati, the Aston Martin, Piccioni on the inside. Under brakes, he's got the track position.
He has, but Enrique Bernoldi knows this track so well. He can't do it though. Couldn't get in ahead of the Aston. He might try and duck in here, but he can't do that either. What's happening behind? So far, fairly clean. One of the Reiter cars running out wide, but I don't think we've seen any damage so far. And what a break, what a start for Thomas Enger. He's already made a bit of a getaway here as the Fords are coming through. Watch out for Westbrook. He's got past 2 cars. But where's Zonta? I think Zonta might actually be ahead of him, so the Lamborghini has jumped Westbrook as they both come from the final row of the grid.
Well, great start from Thomas Enger. He got the advantage. He was under pressure from Clivio Piccioni in the Aston Martin in third place, but that challenge faded into turn one, and now with clear air, no disturbance, Thomas Enger can do what he did yesterday, and that's use the Aston Martin's power and grip to pull away and to give the team that initial advantage as they come up to conclude lap 1.
Yeah, Thomas Enger will be very happy with the way that this first lap is turning out. You're watching Enrique Bernoldi at number 2, turquoise and black Maserati, as it puts the Aston Martin of Clivio Piccioni under pressure. Can he do anything? The Maserati's not so strong up the hill. It's restricted in terms of horsepower. It's handling where it is so effective, but that makes it difficult to overtake at the main spot, which is of course coming into the next corner, the Senna S here. And Interlagos, here comes the Corvette. The Corvette is very fast up the hill, can't quite do it.
Strong defense from the Lamborghini. Stop there, the Corvette getting down the inside. Nothing wrong with that, no contact. That's what I look forward to seeing.
Dominic Schwager in the Al Lincoln Lamborghini then just managing to defend his position at the moment. He sits in 5th, the Corvette is in 6th. Championship leaders are right behind in 7th. Andrea Bertolini driving the number 1 car, and behind him Maxime Martin in the Ford. Further back down the field, keep an eye. Zonta has got up to 17th, by the way. Westbrook came round in 19th. So they made a little bit of ground, but they've got a lot of work to do if they're to feature amongst the point scorers. Only the top 10 to score points.
Well, second lap, everybody just now beginning to settle down, getting a feel for the racetrack. Remember, they were on track earlier this morning. Down the inside.
Bernoldi's done it. He's got through with a bit of bodywork rubbing. I hope there's not too much damage to either car, but Bernoldi has got himself into 3rd.
And I think Clivio Piccioni and the Aston Martin might have been a bit surprised. The Maserati clearer, quicker through that Ferradura corner into the first of the S's. Here's the powerful Corvette coming up, getting a great run down the inside. Does a great job. Thinks about it, does it? Will I do it? No. Well, yes. Yes, he finally decided he had the position, the track position, to take that away from the Lamborghini.
Corvette moves into 5th place and also putting the pressure on Maxime Martin in the number 40 forward right behind, so looking to try and take the momentum that was robbed from the Lamborghini when the Corvette went through. Can he do it? He's going to try and dive down the inside into Interlagos. No way he can do that because Schwager holds it a little tighter than he would have liked, and no way for the Ford to find space. Livio Piccioni's got past Enrique Bernoldi. The Aston there at the silver and blue car has found a way past Enrique.
And that was into the centre S's because as they came past the start-finish line, there we see the position. So it was the Maserati, the Aston. Now Livio Piccioni, great again.
Good move.
That's good, clean motor racing. The Maserati realised it was coming, the Aston was there. He doesn't try to block it or bang into the car. That's good motor racing. It's
Zonta came in. I thought it was. There was a big cheer from the crowd. And I thought, oh, that must be a Brazilian driver. And indeed, it's Ricardo Zonta.
Well, I remember on the opening lap, it looked like the Lamborghini was about to come in, and he dropped 2 places, and maybe that was actually the beginning of the problem that now sees him in the pits.
Here comes Seiji Hara down the inside. He's going to try and take Peter Cox, but Peter Cox isn't having it. They almost rub, and still side by side through the second part. Watch Westbrook here. Westbrook's got a great opportunity, if he can time it right, to cut back on the inside. I'm not sure though, because as they come out of Curva del Sol, that Nissan puts its foot down, well, the Seiji puts his foot down, and the Nissan draws away again.
I mean, it just literally, as soon as he got on a straight line, he pulled out 10, 15 feet over the Ford GT. Richard Westbrook saw another opportunity, but he couldn't get himself in position.
And the lead group crosses the line, still incredibly close. 3 seconds between the top 6. That's your 6th place car. It is the Mark VDS Run Ford. Corvette still there, the bright yellow machine. Enrique Bernoldi's Maserati's in that group, so's Livio Piccioni, but the lead still being tentatively held by Thomas Enger in the Aston Martin. Here comes Seiji Hara, and this time he's got through down on the inside. Now what can Westbrook do behind?
Well, the Lamborghini has power, but not the kind of power the Nissan has. So there's maybe an opportunity, but again, it's going to be about position. That overtake was done cleanly before they got to the apex of the corner, so there was no advantage. But Westbrook is coming back with the Lamborghini, looking for him to dive down the inside. Can he do him under brakes? He's going to go down. He's done it.
And Westbrook gets past him. He's through. He's past Peter Cox. Another place gained by the Martek Ford, and Richard Westbrook has got himself up into 13th position. 2 places, well, a place gained right there. I think it's 14th place actually behind Seiji Hara, of course, and then the other Ford joining in the fun and games is Matteo Bobbi, but Westbrook desperately needed to make that move happen, and he did. Chico Serra, his dad, actually racing in the Brazilian GT race here this weekend. Here comes Daniel Serra in the Maserati, surely going to make the move down the inside. Schwager tries to fight it. Whoa, he's got to be careful here. They're still going to have a go, and indeed Schwager has to give up in the end.
Yes, and Schwager really is struggling with rear end grip. It's in the slower parts of the track, and clearly onto the straight at the Joncal corner. He can't get those 600 horsepower from Lamborghini onto the track.
Back with the lead group, that's 5th and 6th you're looking at there, the Corvette versus the Ford. Look how close the top 3 are though. Aston Martin of Thomas Enger, virtually nothing over the Peter Dunbrecht Nissan, and indeed Livio Piccioni's Aston Martin. We're getting into pit stop territory at 35 minutes to go as we count down. The pit window opens up. Which of these leaders will be first in? I think we could see several of them in to get the new tyres on and try and blitz the second half of the race. Look at the Ford putting the attack on the Corvette here.
Yes.
Little look, he's up.
Yes,
he's up the inside. Mark Henrici can't do anything about that one, and straight through goes Maxime Martin at a crucial time just before the pit stop.
And he will very quickly, I believe, close down to the back of the Maserati in 4th place. 2.8 seconds covering the top 6 cars.
Pit windows open. Are we seeing them straight into the pits? Watch carefully now. Will they bring it through and across the white line into pit lane? Thomas Enger's coming in. Thomas Enger definitely coming in, but so is the Nissan of Peter Dunbrecht. Good entry to the pit lane there from Thomas Enger, who's been practicing that. That means the lead of the race goes to Livio Piccioni in the other Aston.
Well, just looking at Piccioni's fastest lap, they were doing 135s, drop back now to the 36s. If he wants to have any chance of getting on the podium or win this race, he has now got the opportunity with clear air to get 1 or 2 or 3 laps where he will pick up and maybe just find himself an additional second or so.
Right, vital pit stop for both Sumo Power and young driver Aston Martin here. We saw young driver Aston Martin take the lead of the race yesterday in their pit stop. Thomas Enger hands over to Darren Turner, but it's how those 2 crew members, just 2 people remember, who are allowed to change all 4 tyres. They must change all 4 on board the Peter Dunbrecht Michael Krum car. So Michael at the wheel now. Down goes the Aston Martin. Away goes Darren Turner. He's still in front. He will effectively retain the lead after everyone has stopped. But remember, right now this car is leading. It is Livio Piccioni, the Hexis Aston Martin.